There's a two-letter word that we hear everywhere.
Why do we say okay?
Okay might be the most recognizable word on the planet.
Okay.
It's essential to how we communicate with each other and even with our technology.
True, actually.
Alexa, turn off the living
Who
room
started the word
light.
okay?
Okay.
You probably use it every day, even if you don't notice it. But what does okay actually mean? And where did it come from?
These are the questions I ask myself every day.
Okay then.
Okay, thank you.
Okay actually traces back to an 1830s fad of intentionally misspelling abbreviations. Young intellectual types in Boston delighted those in the know with butchered coded messages such as KC or Nuff Said, KY,
What?
No Use, and OW, All Right. But thanks to a couple of lucky breaks, one abbreviation rose above the rest. OK, or All Correct. In the early 1800s, All Correct was a common phrase used to confirm that everything was in order. Its abbreviated cousin started going mainstream on March 23, 1839,
Wait, that's...
when OK was first published in the Boston Morning Post.
But all correct is AC. Imagine we were all saying AC.
Soon, other papers picked up on the joke and spread it around the country, until OK was something everyone knew about, not just a few Boston insiders. And OK's newfound popularity even prompted a flailing US president from Kinderhook, New York, to adopt it as a nickname during his 1840 re-election campaign.
What is that
Van
picture?
Buren's supporters formed OK clubs all over the country, and their message was pretty clear.
OK
Old
clubs,
Kinderhook
Ramus
was
means.
all correct. The campaign was highly publicized and turned pretty nasty in the press.
Alright, there's Twitch chat.
All correct. The campaign
Bottom right.
was highly publicized and turned
rat.
pretty nasty in the press. His opponents ended up turning the abbreviation around on him, saying it stood for Orphan Conspiracy or Orphan Catastrophe. In the end, even a clever nickname didn't save Van Buren's presidency, but it was a win for OK.
Armin
That
Van Buren?
1840 presidential
Now stop
campaign
being
firmly
a
established
reactant and
OK
get
in the
stomped by
American
logo.
vernacular, and while similar abbreviations fell out of fashion, OK made the crossover from slang into legitimate functional use, thanks to one invention: the telegraph.
What's that?
If we lower the bridge,
A
the
telescope?
current flows to the sounder. At the other end, the current energizes an electromagnet, and this attracts the armature. The armature clicks down against a screw and taps out a message.
The telegraph debuted in 1844, just 5 years after OK. It transmitted short messages in the form
it's
of
a
electric
phone.
pulses, with combinations of dots and dashes representing letters of the alphabet. This was OK's moment to shine. The two letters were easy to tap out and very unlikely
How did they communicate with countries like China if they have a different alphabet so the Morse code doesn't work?
to be confused with anything else. It was quickly adopted as a standard acknowledgement of a transmission received,
No, they don't.
especially by operators on the expanding U.S. railroad. This telegraphic manual from 1865 even goes as far to say that no message is ever regarded as transmitted until the office receiving it gives OK. OK had become serious business. But there's another big reason the two letters stuck around, and it's not just because they're easy to communicate. It has to do with how OK looks, or more specifically, how the letter K looks and sounds. It's really uncommon to start a word with the letter K in English. It's ranked around 22nd in the alphabet. That rarity
how many?
spurred a craze for K at the turn of the century in advertising and print, where companies replaced hard C's with K's in order to catch your eye. The idea was that modifying a word, like clear flax linen rugs or this Cookright stove, for example, would draw more attention to it. And
Maybe I should
that's
be
still a
called
visual
Caedrel
strategy.
with
We
a
see
K.
K represented in modern corporate logos, like Krispy Kreme and Kool-Aid. It's the K that makes it so memorable.
Why
By
isn't
the
it
1890s,
Why isn't it Coca-Cola then? Huh? Fraud.
OK's Bostonian origins were already mostly forgotten, and newspapers began to debate its history, often perpetuating myths in the process that some people still believe, like the claim that it comes from the Choctaw word OK, which means so it is.
Choctaw gave us the word okay.
OK's beginnings had become
What is that
obscure, but
song?
it didn't really matter anymore. The word was embedded in our language. Today, we use it as the ultimate neutral affirmative.
Okay then. Okay then.
Learn to truly love yourself.
Okay.
Okay, get yourself up here.
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
Say okay.
Okay.
Settle then.
Alan Metcalf wrote The Definitive History of OK, and he explains that the word affirms without evaluating, meaning it doesn't convey any feelings, it just acknowledges and accepts information. If you got home okay, it just means you were unharmed. If your food was okay, then it was acceptable. And okay confirms a change of plans. It's sort of a reflex at this point. We don't even keep track of how much we use it, which might be why okay was arguably the first word spoken when humans landed on the moon.
30 seconds forward. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. We copy you down, Eagle.
That's
Not
fake.
bad for a corny joke from the 1830s.
That's a fake. They didn't land on the moon.
Alright guys, cut it out.